Good morning everyone and welcome back to another weekly food prep video. Today is Monday. I usually do my food prep on a Sunday, but I've been away at my mum's this past weekend. I just got back last night, so I'm doing it today. I've actually not got a lot to do today, but I do need to nip down to Tesco and just pick up a few fresh bits and all that. And also I heard a little birdie told me that they started to get some Christmas bits in, so let's go and do that first and I'll show you what I've got when I get back home. So I took some clips to show you what Tesco had to offer Christmas wise, but as you can see it's just mostly sweet stuff. This is basically a third of one side of an aisle. And this is my favourite part, the Kit Kat Santas, the Malteser reindeer. They've got mint, honeycomb and the gingerbread. They've got the Kinder Bueno egg things, I think they are, the Lindt chocolate balls, the mini ones, the Lindt teddies, Christmas poods, and then this is all the big box chocolate. There's a lot of it. So much Lindt, so many flavours of Lindt. They've got a couple of advent calendars and selection boxes. Obviously they're going to get more as time goes on. The Toblerones look really nice. I think Ali's into his Toblerones the last couple of years. Yeah, like I said, this is only about a third of the aisle, of one side of an aisle. The rest of it was home. And obviously they have the giant boxes of Celebrations, Heroes, Roses. Where's the Quality Street? So this is all I got from Tesco. Like I said, I didn't need a lot, just a few bits and bobs to top up, mostly fresh stuff. I did need tea bags. I've not had tea bags in the house for the last couple of weeks, and I had a few cups of tea at my mum's this weekend and I was like, I miss tea. I usually have tea for I'll have a coffee when I get home from work and then it's tea for the rest of the night, and I've just been missing it so much. I got 4 packets of smoked ham. I'm going to do smoked ham sandwiches for lunches this week. Got 2 packets for Ali, 2 packets for me. I got pepperammies, and we do still have some chicken bits, but I know these little mini pepperammies, I think they're 1.5 cents each. I'll double check and put it on the screen if I'm wrong, but they're nice for a little picky bit at work. Iceberg lettuce, I got these little cherry tomatoes. They didn't have any of my usual plum ones in stock, because I was there quite early this morning, but yeah, I got 2 packets of these, and I got a cucumber as well because I've run out of most of these. Well, I've run out of all of these. I've still got some peppers and onions and all that, and then I got some baby corn. We're going to have steak for dinner tonight, and I'm going to have mushrooms and asparagus with it, but Ali doesn't like any of them, so I got him baby corn to have with his steak. And then I got seafood sticks. Ali has tanned most of these, all of these. There's not a single one left. I think within 4 or 5 days the 2 packets that I got last week had gone, so he's really enjoying them. I got him another 2 packets, and then I got some strawberries. These are just the cheap Rosendale Farm ones. They were actually really nice. They're so tiny, but they were very nice and sweet, so I quite liked them. Because the blueberries, I'd still have a couple of packets of blueberries in the fridge. They were very tart, very sour, so the sweetness of the strawberries balanced it out. But that was all I got for Tesco's. I think I spent £20 at the most, £21 or something it was. And like I said, today is my food prep day, and today all I've got to make is a bolognaise, and then I've taken the big packet of mince out the freezer, and I wanted that to do a bolognaise, and I also wanted to do taco mince for, I think, at the weekend / next week. I can't remember what day we're having it. So I'm also going to make the taco mince, cook that, and then put it back in the freezer till whenever I need it. So food prep wise, that's really all I've got to do today. Because today is Monday, and I'd been at my mum's all weekend and that, I've only got like 4 or 5 meals that I've got to do this week because I'm off work today, and then I'm working Tuesday to Friday. And tonight's dinner's like one that I can't really prepare in advance, and then I think Thursday night's dinner is, we're just having corn crispy nuggets and chips, so that's nice and easy. Another thing I'm going to make, because Ali does have work today, yeah, I've got time, is I'm going to make pancakes using the Healthy Extra B. So I'm going to do that first. I'll do that now actually. Okay, well I've already messed up because I've just realised that I need baking powder and vanilla extract to make pancakes, and I didn't check that before I left, and I've not got them. I had a clear out about a month ago on all my kitchen cupboards, and everything, all my baking stuff was out of date because I've not done any since probably around last Christmas. Yeah, so I've no baking powder or vanilla extract. The vanilla extract's not that important. I can sweeten it up with the syrup, which I'm going to use. The baking powder makes it rise, so it's like fluffy American style pancakes. I've not got that, so it's probably going to be pretty basic flat pancakes, but I'll see how they go. hopefully we can still get some sort of pancake happening. I'm going to give it a go anyway. So what I need for this recipe, usually you'll need a teaspoon of vanilla extract and 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. So if you're wanting fluffy American pancakes, use them. I've got 80 grams of porridge oats in here that I've put in my little food processor and blended down so it's more like fine and easy to mix and that. It's not quite flour consistency, but it's a lot finer than actual oats are. I've got 80 grams in here because I'm doing it for me and Ali, so that'll be my healthy extra B for the day. And then I've got 4 eggs, and I'm going to use some Greek style yogurt, which is sin free. I think you need 1/4 cup of yogurt. That's the pancakes done. We got 2.5 pancakes each, and I've had a little taste of them. They didn't actually taste that bad, and they got quite thick. See how thick they are? They're more of a cakey consistency than a pancake one, but they were quite thick anyway. I don't know, I can't remember how much a difference the baking soda makes, but you have to sin that, so next time I'm just going to keep it out. Maybe put the vanilla extract in, but yeah, the baking soda I'm just going to leave out next time. Okay, breakfast has been had. It was absolutely delicious. I highly recommend it. I will put the recipe in the description box below for anybody that's interested. Anyway, I am going to make my spaghetti bolognese now. I plan to make this a speedy spag bol. So I'm going to put a courgette in it. I'm going to put garlic, obviously, an onion. I'm going to put a red pepper. This is my last pepper. And then I'm going to put these mushrooms in it. They have maybe a few days too late, but they're actually fine. They just need peeled and stuff. And then I'm going to put chopped tomatoes and some passata in it, as well as the mince and all the herbs and spices. I do have a video somewhere on my YouTube channel for how to make speedy spag bol or spaghetti bolognese, but in all honesty, it changes all the time. I just wing it and go by taste. Come on. Always start with, obviously, the basic onion and garlic and basil, oregano, salt and pepper, the mince and the chopped tomatoes and everything, but it changes well, it doesn't really change every time, but like, I don't have exact amounts of ingredients that I use, like the herbs and spices. I just go by the taste. I'm not even 100% sure my meat fully defrosted, but since it's mince, it shouldn't be too bad. It's just because I got back like about 7 or something last night and took it out the freezer, but it just doesn't seem like it's properly defrosted yet. And then I'm going to bring that to the boil and simmer it for about an hour before trying it, before tasting it and seeing if it needs anything else. And while that's cooking away, I'm just going to fry off my taco mince. But before I do that, I have to make the taco seasoning, the taco blend. I've not got any left, so I'm going to make some up. When I make this, I usually quadruple the recipe. The recipe I use is one that I found ages ago. I think it was All Recipes, back when that was like a big thing. I'll tell you what it is for like one portion in that, but I usually quadruple it. So I'll have quite a bit in here to just, I don't have to make it every time I want to make taco mince or something. So I have chili, so 1 tablespoon of chili powder. You can use mild, medium or hot. We've got the hot one. Cumin, 1.5 tablespoons of cumin. Salt is a teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of paprika. I used the smoked paprika, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of everything else, which is crushed chilies, onion granules, oregano and garlic granules. So that is the fruits of my labour for today. I got 2 portions of, well, it's 2 portions of 2, so 4 portions in total of taco mince. I've just put that all in the same tub. I'm going to freeze that once it's cooled down, and that'll do us maybe the weekend. I can't remember when we're having it, but either the weekend or next week it is. That is completely sin free. And then I've got 4 portions of 2, so 8 portions in total of the speedy spaghetti bolognese, well, the speedy bolognese it is, and that's also sin free. I'm going to keep 2 portions out because we're going to have them tomorrow and Wednesday for dinner, and then I'll put 2 portions in the freezer as well. Which is one thing I'm already loving about being back on Slimming World, is that I have freezer meals, homemade ready meals in the freezer ready to go for maybe days that I can't be bothered. Like I think I've got a portion of the Mexican rice, I've got a portion of the pork, I've already got a couple of portions of kedgeree from last week still sitting in there, so they'll do like, I mean I will have to clear it all out by the end of coming in November and everything. I love having all that extra, because before the last few months we've been living off a lot of salads, sandwiches, tins of soup. When I say tins of soup, I literally just mean tomato soup and a sandwich. That has been one of my go-to meals during the summer with the heat and everything, although soup's not a summer thing, but I can't wait until October and that and getting into soup season. I actually can't wait for soup season. We were talking about it at my mum's at the weekend. I love soup season, but I love having homemade ready meals in the freezer. Now, to add to what I made last week, I've got a couple of portions of spaghetti bolognese in there, and there was something else I was going to say but I totally forgot. Oh yeah, the only thing now that I want to do food prep wise for the rest of the week is make our lunches. I'm going to make our lunches for our sandwiches for the next 2 days, and then on Wednesday night I'll make Thursdays and Fridays lunch. I'm going to cut up some fruit and everything, make her little fruit pots. Yeah, that's all I've got to do today. I've not got much. It's just the way I've planned my meals this week.